So the other day, Fox and Friends did a segment where they were talking about how wonderful it is that we live in a country where you have the freedom to work 3 or 4 jobs to pay the bills. Yay! They actually are spinning that as like, oh, it's glorious. Isn't it great? It reminds me of back when George Bush said this at a rally. Somebody asked him a question, or was a town hall event or something like that. And somebody said, hey, I'm working 3 jobs to pay the bills and this and that. And they go back to Bush and he's like, isn't that great? Uniquely American, isn't it? But he obviously didn't get it all that person was saying, oh my God, this is terrible. Why can't I make enough money from one job to live? I work a full-time job. That should allow me to survive and live somewhat comfortably. And George Bush, right over his head. Fox people, just this week, made the exact same argument. They think it's wonderful. We work 3 or 4 jobs to maybe survive. Yes. Well, now we have the next logical step. They're talking about retirement here, and the clowns over at Fox Business are talking about a new poll. They bring up a new poll on this issue, and here's their response.
These kind of polls are always around, right? The bank rate does some things and other folks, but it's always alarming. 32% of people say they'll retire before age 65, which might be unrealistic, but 23% said never. Is that worrisome for you, Donald?
It doesn't worry me personally. I guess I'm one of those people who plans never to retire. I mean, I got to tell you, what do people do when they retire? How do you spend a day? I mean, is bowling that interesting? Is fishing that interesting? I mean, I happen to love my work. Why do I want to stop it? It's not like it hurts. Why would I stop it? This is great. What a great country where we have the opportunity to keep working. What a miracle where our lives are long enough and we're healthy enough and mentally alert enough so that we don't have to retire like generations before us. This is a great blessing. You should embrace it.
It is a blessing to never retire, to work until the day that you die. Now, maybe there's 10% of the population, 15% of the population that happens to be doing the exact thing that they want to do, and they do love their job with all their passion, and it doesn't even feel like a job to them. Sure, for that 10% or 15% of the population, you talk to them, and I'm sure they're like, yeah, right on, man. I'm with you. But the overwhelming majority of people in this country are not in love with their job. They're just paying the bills. And they've taken the least bad option to pay the bills, to look after their family, to raise their kids. I mean, what a ridiculous notion. And it really makes you wonder, is this just flat out rank corporate propaganda? Or is this something that this silly human being actually believes? And I don't know the answer to that. Maybe it's a little bit of both, but it is embarrassing nonetheless. And let me also say, I don't think Republicans should ever win another election ever again, because this is what their actual philosophy is. When they have these rare moments where they tell you what they really think, it's stuff like this. It's stuff like, I don't think everybody should have health care. What? I think you should probably be able to go bankrupt from medical bills. What? I don't think you should have any paid vacation time either. I think that's stupid and dumb, and we should get rid of that. I don't think if you work a full-time job, you should make enough money to survive. I don't think you should ever retire. I think we should bomb like 12 more countries. When they're being honest, this is the stuff that they say. How on earth do we live in a country where that party still wins elections? I'll tell you, because the Democrats, as a general rule, the establishment Democrats certainly never stand up for what the correct position is supposed to be. Imagine if you had a strong Democratic Party that stood on the mantle proudly of living wage, Medicare for all, free college, retirement by whatever, age 60, paid vacation time. If this was every time a Democratic politician opened their mouth, this is what they're talking about, and they're also pointing out how the Republicans are against all this stuff, make the Republicans play defense on this. Hey, they're against retirement. They want you to work until you croak. You understand that? They want you to be miserable your entire life. We want to let you retire. We want you to be financially secure in your retirement. We think, yeah, you should get to choose what you want to do with your time, including bowling, fishing, golfing, reading, whatever the fuck it may be, laying on a beach. The idea that, like, you know, I mean, what is there to do? Like, everything. There's everything to do. Everything. Everything. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to, like, bowl and fish? Yes. Yes, that is exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to fucking love it. Thank you very much. We're going to go to the movies. We're going to, you know, lay out on the beach. We're going to bowl. We're going to fish. We're going to golf. We're going to fucking lawn bowl. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and you ain't going to say shit about it, dog, because you could piss right off. I'm not taking advice from you. No retirement. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? No retirement. Most people busting their ass at some job they don't like, and you're going to come in at the end and say, don't you want the freedom to be here until you die? What? So it would be lovely if Democrats just nonstop pointed this stuff out and ran against it, because then Democrats would win every single election. He really called it an opportunity. Wouldn't you want the opportunity to work until you die? Again, 10%, 15% of the population working a job. Let's go nuts. Even as high as maybe 20% of the population working that perfect dream job that doesn't even feel like work. Go right ahead. You know, you can work until you die and you'll probably love it. But most people are just paying the bills and fitting into this society where they can. You know, just looking out for their loved ones and just trying to make it through. So they don't acknowledge that this is the reality of the world that we live in. That it's not like the way our economy functions right now. It really incentivizes everybody to feel fulfilled and like, oh, here you go. Do whatever kind of thing really floats your boat, whatever kind of artistic thing. Like, not everything that everybody loves is marketable. Like, that's what our society rewards. Oh, is it marketable? Is the thing that you love marketable, yes or no? For most people, the answer is no. So we have to take into account in our analysis that your economic worth is not the same thing as your human worth. You have an economic value in a capitalist system, and it's only so much. But as a human being, you have a human worth, and in our current system, that's not, they don't care about that. They say, you know, your human worth is basically zero. We don't care about that at all. All we care about is your economic worth. And that's how you get miserable people. And that's how you get record numbers of people on antidepressants. And that's how, you know, you have a mental health crisis, and you have people overworked, and the average age of death is coming down for the first time since the Industrial Revolution, because people are overworked, people feel miserable, people feel trapped, and this asshole's answer is more of the same. Make it even worse. So it's just disgusting and embarrassing. But hey, at least in this case, they're being honest, and they're really telling you, like, yeah, no, I will take the mantle of being anti-retirement. These are the same people who are anti-maternity leave, anti-paternity leave, anti-vacation time, anti-living wage. They just want you to wake up, go to work, shut the fuck up, you know, just be this machine that exists solely for your corporate overlord. That's his answer. Now, if you can't point that out and run against it and be successful, wow, you got problems.